Welcome back to OneStopTutorials.com. It's me, Alibaba, back again. How you doing, everyone? I've been really busy here at the moment. I've been working on a few projects. I've been working on a few obsessions, should I say. I get obsessed very easy on something and I'm just lost in it. But I'm working on this theory that if I can actually get it to work, I'm actually going to teach you guys and girls actually how to do it. My daughter's been in hospital. She's been a bit sick, so I've been really busy. That's why I've had no tutorials up, but I'm back again now. Mr. Slack, Mr. Alibaba Slack is back once again. What we're going to do in this tutorial is we're going to get into something called FTP. Now, I've done this in a few tutorials, but I've generally blended this into courses. What I want to do is just do a whole tutorial on FTP and just explain what it is and how you can actually upload your files and your folders to your actual hosting and make everything work. It's all good and proper being able to build a website, but what happens if you can't make it live? So this is what this tutorial is all about. I'm hoping to make it a bit easier. What you want to do is you want to download a free FTP client, and an FTP client is just basically a tiny bit of software. It's like the gateway to your actual hosting, okay? It's the way that you can take a file or a folder from your computer and make it live on your actual web hosting, okay? It's a real simple and small bit of software. So what I'm going to do is put in FTP client. Okay, I'm just going to type that in, and you want the first one. It's called FileZilla, the free FTP solution. This is the one I generally use. You can get other ones, you can download other ones, but I'm just going to use this bog standard one for this tutorial just because it's free and I love free. So you just click on that button and then it will ask you to click on this link. Left click on that, it will then start to download to your website, download to your computer, sorry. Next thing you'll get is once you've downloaded it, you'll get a little file that looks like that. Simply double left click on it, install it like you would any other bit of software. Once it's installed, you'll get another icon that looks like this, and that means that your FTP is ready to rock and roll. Okay, so double left click on the icon, make it live, and here it is. Here is your bog standard FTP. Now yours might look a bit different, your bars might be a bit different, okay, but generally it's the same layout. You can come up to view and you can change the way things actually look, or you can toggle stuff by using these buttons up here. Okay, I'm going to keep it the same look. So here we are with our FTP client working, all looking good, but how do we use it? Well, what I want to show you quickly is if you're using GoDaddy, and you don't actually have to be using GoDaddy to use this, I just want to show you how in GoDaddy you actually set up an FTP, set up your own username and password. I'm going to come to my my hosting account, and what you'll have here is once you go to your hosting link, you'll have your manage account. You simply left click on manage account. This will bring you into your back office. This is your actual hosting control center. You'll have a little button here that says settings. Okay, just left click on that and choose manage FTP. Just simply left click on that. Okay, and that will take you to the FTP area, and what you can then do is add an FTP username. So you just simply left click on that. It will then ask you to add a username. It will ask you to add a password. Okay, it will also ask you for the directory, the path directory. This is, let's say you've got multiple domain names and each domain name is in their own subfolder. You can choose which one you want to connect it to. If it's your main root folder, then it's just leave it as bog standard. Once you put your username in, once you put your password in, simply hit save. It generally takes about 10 minutes. Once you have it up and roll, it will tell you that everything is working okay. You're now ready to come into the FileZilla FTP side of it. So how does this work? How can we get this to actually work? Okay, up here in the top left, you've got a little icon, okay? When you hover over it, it says open the site manager. Simply left click on that. And what will happen is it'll bring you into the site manager dialog box. This is the place where you're going to add your information, your username and password and stuff like that. To create a new site, so to create a new site basically, all you do is simply left click on this new site. It will then ask you to name it, which basically this is for your purpose. Okay, this is so if you've got a lot of them, you can actually say, yep, this is the one I want. So I've made one called tester. Again, like I said, this is for your purposes only. Next, over here on the right, you've got a few tabs, but generally I don't actually bother with those. All I mainly deal with is the host. So this is where you would put your domain name, www. I don't know, joeblogs.com. Okay, so I got joeblogs.com. Can't even spell Joe Blogs correctly. So you just put in www. whatever your website is, .com, .co.uk, whatever. Okay, so you just put that in there. Port, don't worry about it. It will sort it out for us. Server type, file transfer protocol, FTP, good job. Logon type, I go to normal, and this is where you would put your information. You'd put your username, you'd put your password, and once you have that information in there, you simply hit connect, okay? And what that will do is, I'm just going to come to One Stop. I'm just going to connect to One Stop Tutorials. Once you hit connect, it will load up your information, and it will bring it'll make this available to you, okay? I'm just going to get rid of this one, remote directory. Okay. So what we have here, this is my back office to my web hosting. I've got my folders, I've got my files, I've got everything. Now yours might look a bit different. Yours, if you're not using GoDaddy, sometimes it might say public_HTML, or it might say the www folder. Whatever you're using, you need to work your way to the website that you're working on. In my case, I actually have a few different domain names, and therefore they're in their own folders. So if I'm working on One Stop Tutorials, I would go to this folder. If I'm working on another website, I'd go to this folder, and that is where I would actually upload my files to, okay? If you're just having it as your main domain name, so like joeblogs.com, generally it will just be the root folder, which will you won't actually have to put it in a subfolder, you just add it, okay? Again, you'd have to find out from your hosting what it is. If it's GoDaddy, you would simply not make a folder and just upload it to the actual back office, okay? So how do we do that? This is good. We've logged in, we've got our username and password, we are set up, but we don't have a clue on how to get everything in there. This is how simple it actually is. All you do is you drag and drop, okay? So let's say, for instance, I wanted this about me to be inside of my website. I would left click, drag, let go. It would do its business up here, and then it would tell me it has been uploaded, and there is the about me. So if I was to go to my domain name /about me, I would be able to view this file, okay? You don't actually have to upload one. What you can do is upload multiple. So you can click on one, hold down Control or Command on your keyboard. That will allow you to select individual layers and folders that you can actually then left click, drag them all up. Let's say, for instance, you have that about me already in there and you were to upload it again. What would happen is it would ask you, are you sure you want to overwrite this? I just simply click this icon here or this one here, depending on which way you want to do it. It doesn't really matter. This basically is telling the system, yep, I want to overwrite it, okay? And that then means I can add the new about me page to my hosting and get rid of the old one, okay? You don't actually have to just take it from the FTP. What you can do is drag and drop it from your actual desktop. So let's say I want to take this text file here and I want to add this to my FTP. What you can do is left click, drag it down to the icon to your FTP, which will open up the program, and then all you simply do is left click, you just simply let go, and that will drag that file in there, and it will tell you file transfer successful. So all you're doing is you're dragging and you're dropping. You're taking the file and the folder from your computer, you're dropping it into the correct area in your into your web hosting. And it's that simple. Now, one thing I'd like to say is, and that is, if you've got a website, let's say you've got a website, you've got the index page in there, you've got a contact us page in there, and then you also have this images folder in there. You need to upload them in the same order, meaning that you need to keep those two files and that folder in the same area, okay? Generally, when you're building websites, they're all connected to one folder, that everything is inside one folder. That's what you need to upload. You don't necessarily need to upload the main folder, but you definitely need to upload what's inside that folder and keep that system, keep that actual file, that folder structure in your FTP to make it all work. And that's it. You guys and girls are now pros at FTP, just dragging and dropping, finding stuff on your computer, finding where it is on your computer, left click, dragging and dropping in, and that will make your website become from an idea to being built to being live. Take it easy, guys and girls. Catch you at the next one-stop tutorials. I'm going to add 3 flash tutorials up there today. I'm going to work through this flash tutorials, and I was thinking of, once this flash is done, getting into something a little bit different, something like how to customize an eBay shop. I'm not sure. Knocking out ideas. Take it easy, everyone. Catch you at the next one-stop tutorials.